Boys, girls, all my troubles out there, welcome back to Other Robert. I'm Joe, that's Rob, this is Arrow. Yesterday was Flash. Sundays once upon a time, not this week.
Yep, and Monday was Supergirl and Gotham, but separately, but reviewed.
Later on tonight, South Park.
Busy schedule.
Welcome back to Other Robert. We're here to talk Arrow Season 5. Wow, Season 5. Episode 2, The Recruits. So, or as I thought it was called, Team Arrow Unlimited, because that's what it seems to be heading towards.
I think a good title could have been Team Arrow 2.0, because that was actually one of the trailer titles leading up to the season. So I actually would have liked that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just starting to add everybody, and then at the end, it looked like they were kind of adding Ragman, but then not really. Like it was like, oh, let's work together. LOL, JK.
No, he's hesitant. He's a young kid who's going through a lot of stress, so we don't know.
He didn't seem hesitant. They shook hands, and then he was just not in the lineup. And then people are saying, and then there's that confusion with Prometheus. Kind of looked like him in the face.
Yeah, the mask.
So no one really knows.
No, we don't know. Okay, so the episode constructively had 3 different storylines. It had Diggle storyline, it had Oliver's flashbacks, and it had Oliver setting up Team Arrow 2.0.
I will say these flashbacks are probably the best that we've had since around. It's definitely season 2, but I would say probably better than season 3 and 4.
Yeah, so the 4 ones, season 4 ones, I don't think established anything, and that I think the creative team behind Arrow knew that, and that they were working specifically to ensure that the flashbacks instill a purpose.
Yeah, and that's what this one did. It established his
training method.
His training method and his trust or lack thereof, which
but all right, look.
Before.
Yeah, the thing is, his trust storylines have been exaggerated for over 3 years.
Yeah,
and I watched this show in a matter of a month, the last 4 seasons. So I've seen it's very, very repetitive. His character kind of seems stunted with being able to trust people, and when he's the Green Arrow, I think it comes on even stronger. But I feel like when he's Oliver, he's different. But I guess he's not dealing with a lot of people that he doesn't trust. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But either way, him having to wall himself off, then, accepting someone is something we've seen many times, and it's something I think is sloppy.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. Let's talk Tyrese and Tobias. Church. Wow, they completely cut out the
he's useless. He's totally useless.
They built him up a little bit when he was being a Arrow. A friend of mine texted me saying, how come old people, as in Damien Dark, and out of shape people, as in Tobias Church, can beat up Arrow, but then Arrow can beat up everybody else? Good question. Because Tobias Church seemed to be beating up Arrow pretty well, and then at the end he was just kind of made to look like just any other schmuck, which is essentially the character, in my opinion. But
yeah, I don't. The problem is I don't feel an impact with Arrow right now. I feel that it's very stagnant in where it's going. I don't think the characters are doing anything. The only character that I had any empathy to was Quentin Lance in this episode, and possibly Thea Queen, but that just might be because I like the actor so much.
Yeah, Thea doing her thing, the street parkour was pretty cool. It's a shame that even though she's still a major character, it doesn't seem like she really has a story right now, because she's one of the better characters. So especially when she has something to do, she does really well, and she's one of the more intriguing characters. So that's just a shame right now.
Well, she's running Oliver's campaign, so that's kind of her thing. And I guess she and Quentin are going to have some bonding time during this season, which is good because they're very two established characters. So it's good to see them interact.
I see her becoming kind of a daughter figure to him, and
yeah, I see that too.
A father figure,
which I think is fine. I think that that's a good relationship to establish, because in all fairness, they really were never buddy because they really had no reason to be. Mm-hmm. So now you can kind of flesh that out, especially since she's had Malcolm Merlyn be her dad, and Quentin Lance is such a strong father figure.
Let's talk Diggle. Okay. Unfortunately,
No, you go first.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, really, like, really? That's what are we doing? What are we doing with Diggle? I
I
mean,
think that they needed to do something with him. I mean, last night in Flash, we learned that his daughter became a boy. Maybe that should have been the storyline
because of Flashpoint, right?
because of the Flashpoint connecting. So maybe that could have been the storyline, but I don't think what's happening with him is interesting at all.
No, it's what it seems like is they're keeping him around because they like David Ramsey.
Yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, David Ramsey's great, but they're keeping it's very contrived. I mean, the whole thing with was he in the army?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the army turning on him and framing him.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Contrived.
And like we have Cadmus in Supergirl. Like that's a thing happening right now, like dealing with metahumans and whatnot, or superheroes. And everyone, like the army's afraid of superheroes. They're afraid of the people in Central City. They're afraid of Damien Dark. And now they're just going to go AWOL and just destroy people.
It's just with this, it didn't make sense. It did make sense in terms of Diggle. It's just very contrived to keep Diggle doing something. Eventually, it'll probably cross over with that Arrow storyline somehow.
Right.
But I mean, until that point, we're just gonna have to see where it goes because right now it's just very contrived and it just seems like the wheels are spinning just to have the wheels spinning.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a character that I would be okay if his role became supporting and there was no storyline involved with the army. I would be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, last week when he came back to help Oliver on the video, I liked that. I thought that was a great moment, probably one of the highlights of the episode. And there's nothing wrong with seeing him act. I just don't think that his material is good. It's not
an acting problem at all. It's just like I said, it's very contrived. What they're doing with his story. Getting off of Diggle just for a moment. My last kind of point that I want to say is kind of back to Ragman. I like the Prometheus edition. It seems like Prometheus could be interesting. I when I watch him, I want to see more.
Right. All right. So the thing is, I would be interested in Prometheus if his entrances weren't always at the end of the episode.
Oh, I'd see. I like that.
No, see, I don't. It gives me no context of the villain. He's just. It's very like with Alchemy. He at least he came in at the end, and then he had a presence. I don't feel his presence.
It's 23 episodes. I mean,
but they do arcs though.
Not really. Not like Once Upon a Time. No, it's usually the same villain for the whole season. Not usually. It's been the same main villain for each season.
Yeah, they have to drag it out. But I guess just having him come in for a second, to me, I want to know more about. I guess that's why I want to watch the next episode to know more about him.
Yeah, we have 21 more episodes to
learn about. Quite a bit to go through. I don't know. I just don't like when a villain who is supposed to be like they're big bad, though Ragman very much could have been a big bad or a big bad sidekick.
Still might be. Who knows?
There's a lot to go with him, which I like. I like that a lot. So I'm interested in Prometheus. I'm interested in Ragman. This show has me interested. I don't like Oliver's approach to how he handles his team. I don't like how he always has to apologize. It just feels so repetitive.
Yeah. You had just mentioned Ragman again too. So is he a 1 week now? I mean, is he Prometheus? Is he a 1 week person? Because he's not on the teaser for next week. So he's not a part of the team. What was the point of that? I mean, I guess the point of it for Oliver made sense. It was finally him realizing that's all nice and well. But what was the purpose of that point? I
think it was the whole theme of this season is legacy. And I think that was the big point, was to talk about the legacy of the fathers right there. As to if he'd be back or not, no clue. But that was his point.
Yeah,
literally say legacy in this episode.
Yeah, I get that. And to the point where it's on the nose, like you just said with those two characters. But it seemed a little useless if they're not going anywhere with Ragnar.
Well, we don't know. As you said, we have 21 episodes left. So just because he wasn't,
Yeah, no, I'm saying if he's just a one-off, then
I don't think so. I feel like he was built up to be to be really interesting. Also, I do have to admit, I do like Oliver's approach of how he's being mayor of Star City and dealing with everything that's going on. That was one thing from the promotions that I liked about Arrow. Him having to fix Star City behind and in front of the scenes, and I do like how he's trying to be a good mayor.
absolutely.
I do enjoy that. I really feel that he just hits emotional walls, and we always see that.
Yeah, and it's not only. I mean, it's not even new emotional walls. It's kind of
Same
points
thing.
that we've seen before.
It's the same thing. It's to the same point that even Felicity said it. That we've seen you do this before.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we saw it last week too, where he got Wild Dog with the arrow in the knee.
Yeah,
we saw that with Roy. I mean,
yeah, it's so
kind of context too.
The problem is, I still really do enjoy the show. I like looking forward to it, and I always try to expect something good. And I think that it's going to build to something. I think once Prometheus gets more involved, we'll have something special.
Yeah, and at this point, kind of cut out Tobias Church because they've already made him look like schmuck. It's the second episode. I mean, they completely cut out the lights more than need them.
I think the stronger episodes will be when we get the crossover in 5 weeks or 6 weeks technically when it airs. Right. But I think once you I think Oliver really needs Barry Allen to bounce off of now, and I think that's crucial to his character at this point.
What for that kind of
just for emotion missions. I just think I don't think Barry needs Oliver, but I think Oliver needs Barry Allen just to work. That's just me.
I mean, I would agree if you're talking in terms of positivity because
he's super negative.
He's like killing people again.
Yeah, no, he needs someone to kind of bounce ideas off of, someone that's in the same realm as him that's also not a negative person.
We'll have to see.
And we'll have to see. We have 6 weeks for that. So what did you think about the recruits? What do you think about the teaser for next week's episode? And share your thoughts about everything in the comments below. I'm Rob. That is Joe. And unless Joe has anything else to say, I think we're done.
Just subscribe because it takes around this much effort to do so. And in a half hour, we'll be back with South Park.
All right. Cool.
Stay tuned.
Bye, guys.